Hey guys, today I want to show you my RC control collection. Got a lot of little things here. This here is my helicopter. I paid about 2,000 pesos. That's about 40 bucks for that. It's pretty nice. It's got all this here stuff, and the battery clips on in the bottom of it, and it goes pretty far. I can fly this pretty far away, and it flies really nice. I took it out a little. It was a little bit of a windy day. I was trying to get it all tuned in and everything, and get to know it. And it was just too windy, so I had to take it down. And it flies nice. It's a bigger copter, so it has a little bit more control than the smaller ones. Okay, and then I got this here. It definitely has a lot more control to it, and it has this here. These here swing around. It has like a gyro effect, which kind of keeps it more stable. Then I got the small one here, and this here is neat because it folds up and it goes inside it actually goes inside the controller. And as you can see, it has the return, it has flip, it has hover, it has all different types of little buttons for doing different types of things. One of them, if you press and hold, it does something else. Plus it has the things for if it hits the wall or something like that. And it all folds up. And just to show you, in the back here, there's two compartments, and you would think that they were for the battery, but that's actually a compartment to hold batteries and put extra props and stuff in. And the other spot is where you put your batteries for the controller, and then on this here, the battery clips on the bottom. As you can see, this one doesn't have a battery right now, but because it's inside here, and I actually have two batteries for that. I paid about 1,000 pesos, which is about 20 bucks for it. It doesn't really fly far. It's more for flying around you. And this one, particular one, it does have a place for the camera. It has a camera in there, so it does all types of stuff. I believe it might even follow you. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but that's the mini drone. And it's a lot of fun. It's a good practice one. It's not really one for flying around the yard or anything. Unless you're just standing there flying it around you. It's not for long distance for sure. And then I got the Submarine. Now this Submarine, I was using this over at the pool the other day. And let me tell you something, it was really, really good. I really love this thing. It goes down about 2 feet. If you keep it near the surface, you're better off. It doesn't lose, if it goes like below 2 feet, it's just, you lose control of it, and it won't pick it up on the radio thing. But if you're 2 feet or above, usually it does pretty good. And it's not made for long distance either, okay? It's for playing like around you, usually within about, I'd say probably like about maybe 30 feet, probably at the most, somewhere in around that range. Even around there, it starts losing a little bit of control. But if it's on the surface, you're pretty good. You can go further out, okay? And this here, it has hover, which is really, really nice. You can control it to where it hovers if you really get good at it, and I've gotten pretty good at it. I actually love this thing, and I like the fact it works like a real submarine. It works on the same tech kind of as a real submarine. As like it's weighted, it's heavy, and it's really beautiful little toy to play with at the pool. For kids, I let the kids use it and everything. It's kind of a fun hobby to have this here, because it's so cheap and reasonable over here. These things, that cost me about, I believe it cost me about 18 bucks, 18 US dollars for that. Okay, and you can recharge it with a battery pack. It charges with a USB. Okay, so, and you can see like the little plug in the front. And it can only work if it's in the water. It won't work if it's outside the water. It won't spin the prop, it won't do anything. It has to be in the water. So like you can't play with the remote control when it's out of the water. It only works in the water, which is kind of fascinating. And then I got this here. This here thing is my pride and my joy. I love this little vehicle. It lasts probably about 30 minutes playing with it outside. It's good to have some extra batteries. I just ordered some new batteries. It's not super fast, but it's kind of fun to drive, and it has lights so you can drive it at night. I sit in the cabana, I use it, and I cruise around with that. The kids use it. I'm actually thinking about getting another one. I also ordered another four-wheel drive vehicle that's kind of like a dune buggy type. But this here is really, really nice. And like I said, it's a Land Rover. It's like one of the older ones. I think they called them a Defender or something like that. I had a 1995 Land Rover when I was younger. It didn't look like this. It was one of the ones with the back kind of popped up in the air a little bit higher. This is one of the ones that's meant for like out in the deserts and, you know, really heavy duty. Mine was heavy duty too, but it didn't. These are really, you know, like for functioning of like going off road, you know, where you're gonna get dirty and muddy and stuff like that. It's not built for comfort really. The original ones. But you know, as an RC vehicle, this is really fun. It goes over the hills really good. It goes fast enough where just fast enough where you can enjoy it. It's not a slow one by any means. And the other one I have is this. I have this one here. This is a you know, it's from China, and as you can see, it's got two props, and it turns by using the props, by changing the speed of the prop. So it's kind of cool. It's nice, and it says China Air Force, so I wrote China Air Force sucks because I'm not a big fan of the Chinese Air Force by any means. But this will land. Either you can throw it to get it started, or you can land it or start it off by, you know, it'll take off from the ground too with the wheels and everything. It's kind of a nice little plane. I enjoy it. Then I got these other toys here too. I'll show you. This is a troop ship. These are 1930s toys. I've showed these before. Tootsie Toy Company. You can see these are really sharp looking. And got these ones here. That's an aircraft carrier. Some of the wings are broken and stuff on those because it's almost 100 years old. Some kid probably broke them back 80 years ago. Could be somebody's grandfather or something. And this one here, this particular one here, you probably remember this in a Tom Hanks movie, Greyhound. That's on Apple TV, and that was in the movie there. It's kind of a nice little toy. That's one of my favorites actually, because they showed it twice in the movie Greyhound. And then you can see the box, Tootsie Toy Company. It's just my collection. I'll show you. I'll stand back so you can kind of see. I built like a box for it, and I, you know, put all that in there. So. But I just want to kind of show that so you guys can enjoy this, because some of you have been asking me about this and they want to find out more about them. But that's my collection. I got more coming. I'm going to get a boat. The boat does about 2 hours of cruising, and I think it has a 300-meter range, which is pretty far. So it'd be good to use on the ocean and everything too. But anyway, guys, that's about it. Okay. Here's my father's honorable discharge. You can see the old steamship there, and my father was on something similar to that. He was probably on something like this here. That looks very familiar to some of the pictures that he showed me. He was on, or maybe it was more like this one. He was on the USS Ward. This is probably more like it. I think it was a double stack. It was a steamship, a ship from World War I, a leftover. Okay, but he was on the USS Ward. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to do another video in the future of us racing them around and driving them around so you can see that. So don't think like I'm not going to show that. We are going to show these things racing around when I have some people over here to help me do that. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.